Hey everybody, this is Nick from IndustryMix.com, and today we're going to be going over the SSL E-Series channel strip EQ by UAD.
IndustryMix.com.
Let's get an idea of what we're working on today.
Gone with it. Ay, I was down bad, now we back on the regular, yeah. 5 in the morning, I'm out in Miami, we hitting them checkers. Baby, don't check for me unless you got check for me. I say it once, if it's twice, I'm a checker. That for the hour, put 50% on the budget. I'm up and we off in the Tesla.
Cool. So before we start livening up these vocals or figuring out where they need to be in the mix, let me go over these sections with you. So over here you have a filter section which comes with high and low pass EQs. You have a dynamic section which comes with a compressor and a gate. Then you have an equalizer section which handles all your frequencies. Then you have a global control section which just handles everything overall. So let's start with the EQ section. So as you can see, we have high frequencies, high mid frequencies, low mid frequencies, and low frequencies. These come with gain knobs, so you could gain, you could pull the certain frequency down, and then you can also attack exactly what frequencies you would like to target. You also have some shapes you could create with bell. You could specifically target certain frequencies that you'd like to take out or gain with wherever your vocals are, wherever you're working on in the mix. So let me show you how this works. Let's start. You have to actually hit EQ in to make sure that this is all activated. Take a listen, and this track has been worked on a little bit, so we'll adjust the vocals currently from where they are now.
Gone with it. Ay, I was down bad, now we back on the regular, yeah. 5 in the morning, I'm out in Miami, we hitting them checkers. Baby, don't check for me unless you got check for me. I say it once, if it's twice, I'm a checker. That for the hour, put 50% on the budget. I'm up and we off in the Tesla. I'm charging cars, phones, gone with it. Ay, I was down bad, now we back on the regular, yeah.
So you could see with the high frequencies, we start to blend and create color, which is good. With the low frequencies, we could start to create some body in this low mid frequency area. Let me show you an idea of how.
Gone with it. Ay, I was down bad, now we back on the regular, yeah. 5 in the morning, I'm out in Miami.
So it's important that you don't always want just the highs to be the most in your face. You want to make sure that there's some depth in the vocal there. So that way sonically it sounds good everywhere.
Gone with it. Ay, I was down bad, now we back on the regular, yeah. 5 in the morning, I'm out in Miami, we hitting them checkers. Baby, don't check for me unless you got check for me. I say it once.
And you have the low frequency area. I typically just drop it to 100, cut it, call it a day.
Gone with it. Ay, I was down bad, now we back on the regular, yeah. 5 in the morning, I'm out in Miami, we hitting them checkers. Baby, don't check for me unless you got check for me. I say it once, if it's twice, I'm a checker. That for the hour, put 50% on the budget. I'm up and we off in the Tesla. I'm charging.
Cool. So now you can see over here, we'll go to the dynamic area. There's obviously compression, but we'll just play around with this so you can see exactly how it works. So we'd have to hit compressor in, and then we can start messing with the threshold, the ratio, the release. Let me show you how it sounds.
Gone with it. Ay, I was down bad, now we back on the regular, yeah. 5 in the morning, I'm out in Miami, we hitting them checkers. Baby, don't check for me unless you got check for me. I say it once, if it's twice, I'm a checker. That for the hour, put 50% on the budget. I'm up and we off in the Tesla. I'm charging cars, phones, gone with it. Ay.
So now you can see too, once you hit this button, you can turn the gate on. Not really necessary for this, but really cool tool to use in case you have some bleeding going on. There's a lot of different cool ways you can use this. Up here you have the low and high pass. Is not really necessary to use here, but you got to make sure to activate it with this button. Then you have your input and output, which kind of works as an overall compressor for this entire VST here, for this SSL EQ. But so you can use the input and basically almost create like a grunge with like compression, and you could pull down with the output. You could go up with the output, down with the input. Let me give you an idea of how this sounds.
Gone with it. Ay, I was down bad, now we back on the regular, yeah. 5 in the morning, I'm out in Miami, we hitting them checkers. Baby, don't check for me unless you got check for me. I say it once, if it's twice, I'm a checker. That for the hour, put 50% on the budget. I'm up and we off in the Tesla. I'm charging cars, phones, gone with it. Ay, I was down bad, now we back on the regular, yeah. 5 in the morning, I'm out in Miami, we hitting them checkers. Baby, don't check for me unless you got check for me. I say it once, if it's twice, I'm a checker.
So not super necessary to mess with here, but just to give you an idea, just want to show you guys how it works. Definitely can be used for some other things. You can still clearly hear that it's affecting it in a cool way, but just not necessary with the current mix we have going on. But that's how it all goes. This comes with obviously presets and stuff like that. So leave us some comments. Like, share, comment our video, and we'd be glad to help answer any questions, anything you guys are working on, give you some tips, and give us a subscribe. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. This is Nick from IndustryMix.com, out.
IndustryMix.com